What are your thoughts on the term Black Lives Matter?
Um, I think it means pretty much like what it's called, that like Black Lives Matter, but I think sometimes people like take that more for granted kind of thing because obviously like all lives matter, but sometimes people like only Black Lives Matter and don't pay attention to the other races.
How would you say your race or ethnicity impacts your life?
Um, Not that much, especially because where I live and where I grew up, there wasn't much diversity, so there really wasn't much to like, go by, I guess.
Do you believe that you experience any advantages or disadvantages based on your race or ethnicity?
Uh, Maybe a little bit, but not enough for me to really notice. But I'm sure there's been some stuff, just not a whole lot since I haven't grown up with much diversity.
And what are your thoughts on the term white privilege?
I think there is some white privilege, especially more in different cities and different parts of the country. I just haven't really seen it enough to notice, but I know there is some
How does race or ethnicity impact your life at Buffalo State?
Doesn't really impact me that much. It's just like a new experience for me because there is so much diversity here. That's just like giving me new experiences, I guess.
And did you see the Black Cross display on campus?
I did for like a day, but I didn't like check it out. I didn't know what it meant. I just saw it there.
What are your thoughts on the term Black Lives Matter?
I think that's important. I think that everyone needs to realize that they're still a minority and they do matter.
How would you say your race or ethnicity impacts your life?
I wouldn't say like I have like white privilege because I still have to work for everything I do. And like I feel like that term really goes for like richer white people. I'm not rich. Like I feel like that I don't get white privilege or anything, but I think it helps definitely.
Do you believe that you experience any advantages or disadvantages based on your race?
I don't really think there's that many disadvantages I have. Advantages, I don't feel like people look at me as differently as they would someone of color, different ethnicity as me.
What are your thoughts on the term white privilege?
I think that's really debatable on who you actually talk to. Like I said, like I don't think I get white privilege. Like I've never gotten anything given to me because I was white, so I don't know.
How does race or ethnicity impact life at Buffalo State?
I've never really noticed anything because I'm not really here often, so I don't really have much to say about that.
What are your thoughts on the term Black Lives Matter?
My thoughts on the term Black Lives Matter, it basically means that Black lives are important, but it's putting like emphasis on it. It's trying to say like they're more important than everything else.
How would you say your race impacts your life?
I know in the future it's going to be hard for me to like do certain things, like probably get a job because people are going to think I'm ghetto and whatnot. But you know, a benefit is that people probably won't mess with me because I'm black. So I mean, at least I'll be a little bit safe, I guess.
Yeah. That's kind of true. Do you believe that you experience any advantages or disadvantages based on your race or ethnicity?
Disadvantage is going to be hard for me to get a job. Advantage, people don't mess with black people.
Okay. That's true. What are your thoughts on the term white privilege? White privilege?
My thoughts on the term white privilege. White people get to do whatever they want and get away with it half the time because of their skin. So yeah.
How does race or ethnicity impact life at Buffalo State?
I don't think it really impacts anything here because no one really cares about anything here. So yeah.
What are your thoughts on the term Black Lives Matter?
I just think it means exactly what it says. Like, I don't think it's saying that other lives don't matter. It's just saying Black lives matter and they need to be discussed or fought for because right now they're pretty marginalized. Along with other ethnicities too, but
How would you say your race or ethnicity impacts your life?
it doesn't, and I think that's the problem, is that for other people it does, but I can just, like, I'm not assumed as a burglar or anything when I walked into a store.
Do you believe that you experience any advantages or disadvantages based on your race?
Yeah, for exactly the same reason as I said before, like, nobody really makes assumptions about me based on my race. Like, the only time I've ever been called out on my race is when I revealed that I have, like, Jewish ancestors and I got anti-Semitic things, but you can't tell that from my face.
What are your thoughts on the term white privilege?
I mean, there is white privilege, and yeah, we do have it. It's just, it doesn't, like, insult me or anything. It just is a fact of where we are now as a race.
And how does race or ethnicity impact your life at Buffalo State?
I've met a lot more people of color because in the suburbs there's mostly white people, so I've never been, like, around such a diverse group of people before.